Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I have got a few things to show you, basically everything I've added to my collection over the last week to 10 days or so. We've got Matchbox, moving parts and mainline. We've got some old Hot Wheels Boulevard, Hot Wheels ID, some Johnny Lightning, some M2 machines, some Auto World, Mini GT, BBR and the new XO Centuria Ferraris. So a bit of a mixed bag. So let's start off with just a quick overview of what we've got. We'll start with Matchbox, the latest set of moving parts that have appeared in the UK. We've got the Porsche 356A, 2023 Nissan Ariya, the Land Rover Defender 130. Yesterday I managed to find some new G case Matchbox in the Entertainer in Reading. So we got the Renault Kangoo Express, Volkswagen Beetle 4x4, the Morgan three-wheeler, Volkswagen Beetle convertible, Ford Police Interceptor, and the Ford F-150 container truck. I also found a brand new 5-pack, Matchbox 5-pack, the Autobahn Express 6. There's the cars in that, so we'll get them out at some point and have a look. So that's all the Matchbox. On to Hot Wheels. Jurassic Park Jeep from the Hot Wheels ID series, and some old 2012-2013 Boulevards. We've got 3 license models: the Mustang Mach-2, the 56 Mercury, and the 63 Studebaker from the Legends and Underdog sets. And then all from the, oh no, we've got another one as well, so from Legends, sorry, the Nash Metropolitan. And then we've got 2 fancy castings, both from the Show Rods set, Twin Mill and Hot Tub. On to some American stuff. Johnny Lightning. I've got 69 Dodge Dart GTS, and this from the tins, storage tin series. It's the GMC Typhoon in a rather fetching green. Got a couple of M2s, 1969 Dodge Dart Swinger and a 68 Mercury Cougar. And then we've got some Auto Worlds, 2023 Dodge Charger RT Scat Pack in Plum Crazy, Mossy Oak 2018 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Recon, Import Legends, the 1990 Eagle Talon TSI, and last but not least, the 1985 Dodge Caravan. That's the American stuff. Then we've got a couple of premiums. We've got one from Mini GT and one from BBR. From Mini GT, we've got the Porsche 911 GT3R from the 2023 FIA GT World Cup Macau Grand Prix. And from BBR, we've got the Ferrari SP3 in yellow. And then we've got these XO Centuria Ferraris. I thought I'd get a few just to see what they're like, and they look very nice indeed. We've got Ferrari Portofino, 812 Superfast, .250 GTO, Roma, and last but not least, the Purosangue. So that's all I've got. So what I think I'll do, I'll save the Ferrari, these XO Ferraris for another video. I'll do them separately, but let's get everything else out of the packages and have a close-up look. Back in a sec. Okay, so we'll start off with the moving parts. And the first one is the Land Rover Defender 130 in this Matchbox emergency rescue livery. Some sort of mountain rescue by the looks of things, with some equipment on the roof there. The opening part is the bonnet, although really not much detail underneath there, but nice sort of livery. So the equipment, rescue equipment on the roof rack, spare wheel which unfortunately doesn't match the spare wheels that are on, but decent, as always with Matchbox, decent front and rear graphics. So that's the Land Rover Defender. Next up is the third release, I believe, of the Nissan Ariya. I think this is the nicest colour that has been released up to yet. This sort of rather fetching turquoise colour. Once again, it's the bonnet that opens, and that's a bit more detail there in terms of what's underneath. Electric motors. This is a full EV. Once again, nice crisp deco and headlight, front and rear detail. And finally, the Porsche 356A. This has been released, I think, a couple of times before. It's certainly come out as a white originally. Once again, it's the engine cover that is the moving part, but this one doesn't want to open by the looks of it. So I'm not one to force it if it doesn't want to open, but sort of a grey blue colour to this one. Once again, sharp deco lights, nice cream interior there too. So that's the three Matchbox moving parts. Next up, the Matchbox main lines, and we'll start with the Autobahn Express 6 5-pack. These are 4 new colours and 1 is a reissue, but thankfully the reissue I didn't have before, so it's 5 out of 5 for me. So we'll start off with the Audi TT. Once again, as usual with Matchbox, really sharp deco and lights. Matchbox to me at the moment can do no wrong. They are just so good. And I'll tell you what, I wish, I know Mattel, I mean obviously Mattello Matchbox. They've got the license for the Ferraris. I wish they'd let Matchbox have a go at the Ferraris, some Ferraris, because I think Matchbox would do a great job. Anyway, that was the MGB. This is the Mini Cabriolet. Once again, all new colours, these. The Bentley Bentayga in black, which if you see these on the streets, which I do see quite a few of these, because I've got a little way up the road from me, I've got a dealership, that a Bentley, Rolls, McLaren, Ferrari sort of dealership that sells a lot. So we do see a lot of these out on test drives and people buying them and whatever. And they're nearly always black, so that's probably the most popular colour. But finally, the only one that isn't a new colour scheme for the car is this one. This is the BMW M5 Police in this Polizei livery. This has been released before, I believe, in the Best of Germany series, but thankfully I didn't get it at the time, so this one is also new to me too. So 5 out of 5 for me, so that's always a good thing when you get hold of. No rear detail on that one, unfortunately. Front detail on the side, but not on the rear. But I've got, I think, 6 or 7 of these M5 Polices now, and they're always nice to get. In terms of the G case main lines, we've got the Morgan 3 Wheeler in British Racing Green. And okay, let's see if I've got. Oh no, I thought it was a proper British number plate, but it's just Morgan. We've got the Volkswagen 4x4. This, of course, has come out loads of times before in all sorts of liveries. We've got the Renault Kangoo Express, City Services, Street Maintenance, Signs and Posts Division. Ford F-150 container truck in this Agava Acres livery. This livery has been used a lot of times before on other things, but first time on this particular vehicle. We've got the Volkswagen Beetle convertible in a rather fetching shade of pink. It's again fully decoed. And finally the Ford Interceptor in a New York City taxi style livery, although I'm not sure why a taxi would need bull bars on the front and a light bar, but yeah, there you go. So that's those. So that's all the Matchbox stuff done and dusted. Let's have a look at the few American makes I've got. I'll start off with a couple of Johnny Lightnings. First off is this 1992 GMC Typhoon, and this comes in the collector tin series, so it also comes with this collector tin which you can store the vehicle in if required. I do keep these, but I don't store the vehicles in them. The vehicles go into jammers. So there we go, the Typhoon on the windscreen banner. Opening hood. Bit of light in there. Not much to see really. The GMC on the front. So that's the 1992 GMC Typhoon. And we also have this 1969 Dodge Dart GTS 340. Black roof and the bonnet stripes and the stripes around the rear. big fat tyres. Nice wheels that. Once again, it's an opening hood with a bit of engine detail under there. And oh look, it doesn't shut properly. And that's one reason why I rarely open. Oh, there we go, that's shut. I don't see the point of opening them if they're not going to shut properly. That's a nice one. So that's a couple of Johnny Lightnings. Next up, a couple of M2 machines, and we'll start off with a 1968 Mercury Cougar R Code. Nice wheels on there with the Goodyear printing on them. Once again, wood that opens, but I'm not even going to try. And that to me is rather nice. I mean, I know M2 machines get a bit of a bad rep, but that really does look rather nice. Yep, like that one. Next up is a 69 Dodge Dart Swinger 340. I do like Dodge Dart Swingers. A friend of mine at work has one, or he did have one. I believe he sold it. I think he's on the hunt for a 57 Chevy at the moment. But yeah, his was nice. So always nice to get a Dodge Dart Swinger. This one in this sort of mustard colour with that black stripe around the side. Once again, nice wheels, tyres, dog dish type, but yeah, once again another winner from M2 for me. When they get them right, they do get them right, I think. So that's a couple of M2 machines, and we'll round it off with a look at some Auto World, starting off with this 2018 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Recon from Mossy Oak brand camo. This is from Big Country Collectibles. It's an Auto World casting. Big Jeep fan personally, so I do like to get some of these. So this is in yeah, rather fetching deco on the side. Decent casting this, the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Got plenty of them. Mossy Oak sticker in the back there. Big spare wheel, so that's cool. Next we've got the 1990 Eagle Talon. Now I have to admit I know very little about this car. I don't think it's a car we had in the UK, so not something I'm aware of. It is I believe based upon a Mitsubishi Eclipse, but once again not a car that we see in the UK very often, if at all. Two-tone silver and black. Auto World, probably my favourite of the American brands to collect. Always decent, always interesting cars to look at. Next up from them is 2023 Dodge Charger RT Scat Pack in Plum Crazy. Apparently this is the first release of a newly tooled optional Scat Pack hood and rear spoiler according to the packaging. I must admit I do lose track on all these different variations on these Chargers and Challengers and whatever they seem to come out with all manner of different versions. Plum Crazy, of course, a very well-known Mopar colour. although it does have Sublime on the number plate. You can get this in that lime colour that they call Sublime, so I don't really understand why they kept the number plate on for the Plum Crazy version, but there you go. Spoils it a little bit, but all in all, still a decent model of the Charger. And finally, people for some reason in America go wild for these. It's not something we ever really had in the UK, minivans. I suppose the Renault Espace and stuff like that was the closest we come, but we certainly didn't have anything like these. This is the 1985 Dodge Caravan. I suppose you could say that these are just the precursor to today's SUVs. Nice white wall tyres there. Nice brown coloured interior. Roof rack as well, as I suppose a lot of these cars would have had. That extra carrying ability. So yeah, not something we saw, not a type of vehicle we saw very often in the UK. But of course, in America, very, very popular indeed. So that's all the American stuff. Next up, let's have a look at a few Hot Wheels. Okay, so back to Hot Wheels and a few of the older boulevards that were originally released 2012, 2013. First couple from the Show Rods series. This is Hot Tub. Not something that would be on my radar normally, but I am trying to collect all the original boulevards, so needs must. But yeah, funky design, very. I don't know if you got it in America. We had the, I presume you did. We had the Wacky Races, the Hanna-Barbera series, Wacky Races. This gives me Wacky Races vibes for some reason. There we got the tub, which is why it's called Hot Tub. Very, very funky casting. So not really on my radar normally, but seeing as I'm trying to collect all the boulevards, needs must. Also from the Show Rods series is a more recognisable vehicle, the Twin Mill. Needs no introduction to Hot Wheels collectors, the Twin Mill. This one in a nice shade of green with the red line wheels. Hot Wheels logo on the front. That's the Twin Mill. Then we've got a few from the Legends series, and starting off with the Nash Metropolitan Metro Rail. A strange vehicle. I'm guessing it must have been some sort of hot rod or some sort of, I'm guessing it was a real vehicle when it was originally made back in 2012, 2013. But nice pink and green livery with the blown motor coming out the top there. Also from Legends, far more recognisable vehicle. This is the Studebaker Champ, 1963 Studebaker Champ. Still being released today, but that's a nice version in that blue, black and silver livery. Then we have the 1956 Mercury. This nice, looks very nice indeed. Light blue, sky blue and white, very 50s. Big fins on the back. Opening hood. Very nice indeed. That's the 56 Mercury. And then from the Underdogs series, the 1978 Mustang. Clearly some sort of souped up version. T-top, blue interior. So that's the 6 new boulevards. And the other one I got was this Jurassic Park Jeep from ID. Got those ID wheels. The chip in the bottom, of course. So, new Jurassic Park film coming out very shortly, I believe. So, ties in nicely with that. So that is the Hot Wheels. Let's move on to a couple of premiums. So 2 premiums for you to look at. First up, and I haven't bought any Mini GT for a while. This is the first one for a couple of months. It's a Porsche 911 GT3R number 28, 2023 FIA GT World Cup, Macau Grand Prix, Hub Auto Racing. I don't know why I haven't bought any more Mini GT for a while. Just nothing really has grabbed my attention from what they've been producing. But I do like these racing Porsches that they do. So I believe this is the same casting as the Roxy and the Rexy. Recently caused so much of a stir in the collecting world. So there we go. Cooler Master on the sides and the top. As usual with Mini GT, very detailed racing graphics. Number 28. Nice wheels as normal. Big spoiler on the back. Those dual exhausts. Nice sort of sky bluey, turquoisey blue colour. Very detailed as usual from Mini GT. So yeah, nice to add that one to the collection. And then finally, last but not least, is another BBR model Ferrari. This is the Daytona SP3. Do have a couple of other BBR models. I've got the Alpha Giulia that they do, which is really nice, and also one of the Ferrari. Can't remember which one it was. 812 is it, something like that, the red and yellow one. But this is the Ferrari Daytona SP3. Not a car you're likely to see on the local high street, but yeah. Very nice indeed, that interior. Ferrari logo on the steering wheel there. Nicely done interior. Lovely wheels. Front detail with that front grille there. You've even got the mirror effect in the rear view mirrors, which is great, and that grille effect at the rear as well. Lovely model. Ferrari 164 over the last year or so has really took off. Getting a lot of premium manufacturers doing Ferraris in 164 now. And if you keep coming up with stuff like this, you're not going to complain. So I will do another video, a separate video on the IXO Centuria Ferraris that I've got, because they're worth looking at on their own. So there we go. That is it for today. That's the video on the diecast pickups I've had over the last week to 10 days. Bit of a mixed bag, mixed variety of models, mixed variety of manufacturers. So hopefully you've enjoyed having a quick look at the cars and the models, and if you've enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and more videos coming up very soon. Hope you've enjoyed it and have a great day. Thanks for watching.